one night between 75 years and time, or any length of time. And you would, naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you all your dreams.
Good morning, guys. What is going on? I hope you all are having a fantastic Friday. I almost said a Freaky Friday, but I don't want to get us confused here with Lindsay Lohan. All right, guys, what's up? Happy Friday, happy Friday. So far, the market's been actually coming back quite a bit this morning. I'm sure many of you already know that. The PCE data was released, and of course, it's been the biggest talk of the town, I guess, as you'd say, this morning. So that was pretty big deal. It was right around expectations. So overall, you know, pretty normal, right? But it's good to see that. I would say, you know, it's just good overall to come in at expectations right now. Obviously, everybody's really worried about inflation and a lot of pressure on consumers and etc. So we really need to see just more, you know, of these like normal reports, right? We need to stop stepping like over the expectation towards higher inflation, more consumers hurting and etc. So that's good to see there so far this morning. I haven't read through each individual aspect of the PCE data yet, but it is very, very interesting nonetheless, and the market is reacting very well. So I'm watching that 525 resistance mainly overhead, of course. Of course, it rises this morning. Where does it stop? Literally right at one of the biggest levels that we've been talking about the past few days at 525. Pretty big spot there. Of course, underneath now, I'm going to be using 522.80 to 523 as support intraday today. So if it ends up falling more, I'm going to be watching that 523 is going to be the first like pit stop I look for. Can barely hear me over the music. Oh, sounds good. I edited some settings last night, Kevin. Let me go back. I had to fix a few things. Yesterday, I did a ton of updates, and it ruined a couple things, so I just have to edit them right back. Don't worry, though, I will get it fixed. All right, there we go. I should be a lot louder now. I had to turn on the mic settings and well, since it updated, it totally changed, so I had to go redo a couple things, but nonetheless, it's back. That's all we need to know. All right. Let's go look at those big tech stocks this morning. Nvidia is starting to sell off. They were actually moving up in pre-market with the overall market, but I'll tell you what, now that the bell rang and the market opened, that is a pretty steep drop by Nvidia. You don't want to see a steep drop off that's that bad usually, so pretty rough move there. And hey, let's smash that like button. It's Friday. Let's get those likes going. Let's get a like goal today of like 40 likes. If you're in here, make sure you smash it up. If you don't, I'm going to send Greta after you.
How dare you?
What's up? Called for a purpose, Kevin Demure. No problem, Kevin. I'm actually glad you told me. Thank you. My ITB puts ain't looking too well, but it's too early to call it a loss. ITB. Damn, yeah, it was right around support. It's still in the chop zone, though, so I'm with you there. It's a little too early, but I feel you. Aaron, what's up? Nah, Greta. How do you trade ES and NQ? Or Kenneth said, do you trade ES and NQ? Sometimes, but not very often. It just depends. When I get certain opportunities that I really, really like, I'll trade them. A lot of times I just stick with just options, but I do like the futures on ES and NQ. With futures, I generally go for other types of stuff, like let's say soybeans or copper is one that I like. HG, I like 6E for the Euro futures. What else is out there? Obviously, gold and silver. Oil. Oil is one of the best futures, in my opinion, if you're going to look at some crazy moves, you know. But I'll say this. I heard some talk in the discussion channel this morning about futures. Just get, obviously you need to get very educated on that topic. If you're going to trade futures, you need to really understand how they trade, how they expire. You need to understand the tick values on those, because they move in different ticks depending on what you're looking at, and each tick is a certain amount of money per contract. You need to understand, like, if you don't have like $10,000, like, you could get blown up real quick, for example. So just letting everyone know that it's usually a more lucrative game. You can trade mini futures, but for micro futures, but nonetheless, even with that, you can blow up pretty quick sometimes. I've seen a lot of people do that. You need to really have a good understanding of the charts to do futures, in my opinion. You need to be very good at charting. If you can't trade normal stocks, do not trade futures. You will not win. You need to be able to trade a normal stock first, in my opinion. Yeah, the fees, too. Don't forget about the fees, like Sean said. That plays a role, too. A big role at the end of the day. At least they used to be even bigger, probably, but... Hey, Xbox, it's actually, it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. Probably sticking with Hybrid and Surge for now. What's up, Alex? Good morning. Good morning, Demure. Yeah, Tangy goes, the damn fees. I'm with you, Tangy. I'm with you. Boeing not doing anything so far. How about Netflix? There's nothing there either. Let's see. Google, Microsoft, Apple. Google's down. Microsoft trying to drop. Apple up in the green. DJT's getting wrecked, Ryan said. Yeah, it is. It's selling off pretty hard. I was surprised that it ran back and opened up as high as it did today. That's pretty nuts. I was watching it last night as the Trump news started coming out. And obviously, guys, like, look, don't start arguing in the chat here about, if it's good or bad, or, don't go crazy. Don't go too crazy in the chat. But it is a pretty crazy situation, isn't it? With the Trump trial. Xbox said, I'm watching on the TV mostly this week, but I did pay a couple comments too. Appreciate that, Xbox. Go back and look at the QQQ again and the SPY real quick before I start switching over to the watch list and the SM bot here now that the market's opened up a little bit. Get that SM bot screener up and rolling. Asana, what is up? Oh wow, they had earnings yesterday. Are you kidding me? I did not know that. Really? Dude, they gotta do better on Earnings Whispers. You gotta get Asana on this list. You kidding, right? You kidding. I'll be damned. They really did report last night. Son of a bitch. Earnings Whispers. I get it, it's probably hard for him to get every single one, but still. That'd be funny. You know what would be really funny is if it was actually on there and I missed it. That would have been... I just came back to it and I was like, I better triple check, because Birkenstock, all the girls probably went nuts. Hey, that sounds fun, Xbox. I believe Palantir has reversed, Tangi said. PLTR. Dell selling off hard? Oh no. They had earnings, I know. Yep. Oh, Mason, I didn't see that. Maybe they're just trying to stir up the pot, man. They just want more viewers, Mason, that's all. So he's gonna act like he's not gonna fight. There's always next week, Demir. Some weeks will be better than others. Just remember, loss management is important. 100% Xbox. What is there? There's like 52 weeks in a year, right? You're not going to win all of them. You're not going to win all of them. Stats probably only show that you're going to probably win 60% of those weeks, probably. Depending on how good or bad you are. But I feel you there, though, Demir. Obviously, always next week. Taylor took a $3,000 lump on ARM. ARM. Finally got out. When you say you took a lump, does that mean that you won or does that mean that you lost? Finally got out. Took a $3,000 lump. ARM's not looking too bad today. I kind of like the way it's setting up here. We're looking at the charts, you know, there's like a little trend that it's been following. It's not perfect, but it's been trying to follow it. Oh, nice. There's even like a channel kind of forming there. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't mind that. Looks pretty good. It'd be sick to see it pop up and out of there today, though. Tom rubs it in. Stop it, Jason. I buy at the top and sell at the bottom, Taylor said. I gotcha. I figured that's what you meant, but... Oh, Mason, so he says he has an ulcer flaring up or something. I see. Huh. Can I pull Bookmap up on the spy? I definitely can, Veery. Let me actually open up my workspace. Yeah, we're getting it. It'll be up in a second. It has to load all these, but once it does, I'll have it. All right. It's funny, the one time I was really skeptical on SurgeBot and finally started trying it out for the first time and backfired on me. Damn, Demir. Tangy Man says, Peep CCJ for sure. Yeah, 5450 support. Pretty good to see it running up today and holding that level really well after it passed above there. I'm glad to see it holding that. Good job, CCJ. Is this all-time highs? It is. Wow. What is that? This stock just does not stop. It really doesn't. Pretty crazy, actually. Pretty crazy. Does not stop. Wow. It was on CGC, Tom, your favorite stock. Yeah, it was. I saw that. Oh, wait. The book map was on there too, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, CGC, I feel you yesterday on that one. Hopefully you played a couple of the other plays yesterday, because the other ones ended up being pretty fire overall. Microsoft was like a perfect pop, pull, and go strategy. And then we had a really good play on Palo Alto. PANW. That one was sick. Look at that resistance on Palo Alto, actually. $300. That is major right there. Major, major. Hey, but throw out your favorite stocks in the chat, guys. Let me know which stocks you guys are all watching. That way I can get an idea of what everybody out there likes. I'm curious what you guys are looking at. Looking at the banks today. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't give a shit about the banks, but they're not moving too much. Let's go check out gold and silver. Gold's coming back a little bit. SLV trying to come back. Not too good, not too bad though. One of my favorites in the short term has been Tesla, actually. Good old Tessie. Going nuts here. A lot of chop, but I'll say I just like the movement overall, and I really like the daily movement on Tesla. And I like to use their daily movement to give me opportunities intraday. So I know that I've talked about this a lot, but of course there's that big trend line on Tesla. And I'm really in the short term looking for it to come up and retest like $197 to $200, somewhere between there. And with that being said, if you just keep it on the radar and you keep watching it and you have that mindset of like, okay, I'm really watching the support. I think that it can go up, but you want to be careful. So like you're going to sit here and you're going to watch. Once you start to see it truly like break this little range that it's been in and maybe get back above like 183, then we're going to be able to maybe see a good opportunity back up to like that $195 to $200 area. And having this idea already in store on the daily chart will allow you to plan ahead and be ready so that when the move does happen, then you can catch it very quickly intraday and catch that move. So, you know, I know that it's planning things out and it, you know, takes a little while, but it's really smart to do stuff like this on the daily chart so that you can catch those bigger moves intraday. And what this will allow you to do is it'll sometimes allow you to really hold some big runners because you're expecting this to already like get back up to like that 195 to 200 area. So once you start to see the move happen, you can like hold it with a little bit more authority. And yeah, pretty much it just allows you to see it play out a little bit better. But I love planning things out on the daily like that to catch those intraday moves. Love that. Boeing was a great example lately. Boeing's a good one. UPS is a really good one that we've been looking at on the nightly videos, right off of support around 134. That was really good. You know, you could have caught a great intraday move yesterday just looking at the daily chart. Watching supports hitting. Meat Sack of Doom, it was kind of rough. A lot worse today because the nerve block wore off. Had a good surgeon. Had my ACL knee surgery. Damn, Meat Sack. Sorry about that. Man, I feel you, Meat Sack. Sorry about that, man. Hopefully it feels better for you. I pass out at that type of stuff, so I'd be having a pretty bad day, Meat Sack. Hopefully you're, yeah, hopefully your road to recovery is nice and smooth. Hope everything goes well. You're like Ronald Acuna Jr. out there, Meat Sack. That guy just tore He tore his ACL in his right leg, and now he just tore it in his left leg. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I was like, man, poor Acuna. And get this, the funniest thing was, before Paul Skeens got called up, this was pretty funny. Before Skeens got called up, I had Skeens in fantasy baseball, and I told my friend who had Acuna, I said, trade me Acuna for Skeens 1-for-1, and we'll just call it a deal. And he goes, I'm not trading you Acuna before Skeens comes back. And Acuna was having a down year this year. And he goes, I'm not trading you Acuna before Skeens gets to the MLB. Are you nuts? And I'm like, you should do it though, low key. And he's like, I'm not. And now he's kind of mad. He's like, damn it, if I would have traded you Acuna, it would have been perfect and all this stuff. And it's funny. Tom, where's the link to buy the reports of stocks I'm interested in knowing more about? Yeah, if you're talking about the Deep Value Club, let me get you a link here. Here's a link for the Deep Value Club. Hunter puts out a couple articles a week, or like 1 a week or 2 a week or something like that there. It's a pretty good value for only $30 a month. You really can't go wrong. So like if you guys are in here and you're interested in like longer term stocks and learning how fundamentals on stocks work, check out the link I just sent. It's only $30 a month and it's badass. You get so much stuff involved with this. You get obviously the articles from Hunter, which explain a lot, and that'll help you learn a lot about fundamentals. You get the dashboard where you can actually look at stocks fundamentals and do a bunch of comparisons and tools and etc. I actually had it open already this morning looking at this penny stock. Lincoln Continental mentioned in the chat. He was looking at BURU. I had to look up their fundies real quick. Looks pretty bad, low key. Their revenue's growing, but their net income really sucks. But yeah, you get access to this dashboard. It's pretty sick. You can search any stocks, see their revenue growth, everything like that. You can switch it over to quarterly from annually. See all the numbers here with like price to sales, ROIC, net profits. Those are some of my favorites. Scrolling down, you can change these. You can look at the EBITDA if you want to. You can look at their long-term debt, free cash flow, operating cash flow, all types of stuff here. Net income ratio. Look at all types of stuff here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sick. A lot of different things you can do. Of course, one of my favorite things on here is the... there's a lot of cool stuff, guys. But my favorite thing is the calculator. You go to calculator. There's a few different ones. I mainly just like to go to the value one and input certain things here. If you join the club, you can actually ask Hunter in the chat. You can say, hey, Hunter, what should I put down for some of these numbers here in the value tracker? Like, what should I put in? You know, you can ask him questions. There's a special part of Discord for this as well, which is pretty cool. Where you can ask him all types of stuff. It's pretty it's actually very good though, because if you're looking to buy a stock, and I know a lot of you guys are out there for the long term, like you can go into that chat and you can just straight up say, hey Hunter, like I want to know like what's a good value to buy this stock at, you know, and he'll kind of break it down for you in there, and it's pretty cool. It's a really good thing to have access to. Because I know you guys are buying stocks out there, right? You better be. If you're not, I'm gonna get Greta after you.
How dare you!
Xbox loves the dashboard so much. Nice, Xbox. Yeah, it's awesome. The dashboard is really badass. No problem, Jason. No problem. Xbox. Obviously, this one's pretty cheap, guys. It's $30 a month. It's not too bad, especially for what you get. Palantir's starting to come back up. You know, there's a little short-term trend line here on the chart. All right, we're going to do a poll here for next week, okay? I want to see if, real quick, though, before I do that, I want to check in on earnings whispers. God damn. It's so weird how earnings whispers is in Missouri. That seems so weird to me. I'm looking for them to put out the earnings for next week. Here we go. They just put it out 5 minutes ago. Here we go, guys. This is pretty sick. Let me know what your favorite earnings are here. We have CrowdStrike, Lululemon, ChargePoint. It's pretty sick. That is dope. Just give me 1 second. I'm just throwing them in the Discord here. And we'll talk about him more in depth here. All right. So, yeah, pretty big week next week. I mean, CrowdStrike's a big one. I know everyone's going to be watching that, of course. Lululemon's probably going to be the most popular. I would say DocuSign or Neo are my favorites. Neo might be the most popular, too. Low key. What the hell is Planet? Is that Planet 13? That's weird. PL. Planet Labs. It kind of looked like Planet 13, which is strange. Like the symbol looked very similar. But speaking of the weed stocks, let's go look at those really quick. CGC is actually falling off a little bit more again today. Not good to see. Yeah, Mando, it's 30 a month. It's 30 a month. It's for longer term stocks, though. You know, like, don't buy this thinking that this is for, like, day trades or anything like that. You know, that is for the long-term stocks, but check out the link that I'm sending in the chat right now. Give me 1 sec, guys. Somebody needs some help in the background here. Also had to just ban a couple of fucking bots. We all hate those. Hate those damn impersonator bots. They're the worst. They are the worst. It's nuts how much people fall for that stuff, though, low-key. Looking at the SPY here. Big rejection down around 525. Selling off right on support right now as we speak. 522.90 to 523. Pretty big spot. Looks like it's not going to hold. The selling pressure coming right back down and through. Oof. That is awful there. Breakdown, please. What's your favorite dividend stock to buy right now? Tangi asked. Meat sack, though. What's the best way to analyze earnings? What should I look for when bullish? What should I look for when bearish? Mando, are you talking about analyzing the earnings before they happen or analyzing them after they happen? Let me know. Meat Sack said, hey, Tom, do you think Dell is dropping harder than it should be for missing EPS by 0.02? Maybe something other than missing EPS is affecting it. There definitely could be something else that's affecting it. I didn't see a lot about the earnings that happened with Dell. It looks like they're saying that their AI servers are sold at near zero margins. So that kind of sucks, I guess. They offered rosy guidance, so that's good. Lower than expected AI server backlog and an estimated decline in margins. So I guess that's more of why their AI business sucked. You know what they say, you mention AI lately, you do good. In this case, they mention AI and it's a bad thing. So that's what I'm seeing, though. Mando said both would be nice. Thanks for this, by the way. Yeah, Mando, I'm not a huge earnings person. But with earnings, what you really want to see is just steady growth overall, like year over year. I would say for the longer term, but the thing that I hate about earnings, Mando, is it just comes down to expectations. Did the earnings beat expectations or not? And you can find those expectations in a bunch of articles and a bunch of crap out there. But essentially, like let's just pick a random company. Like let's say Nvidia, right? Like let's say that they're expecting to have let's say 100% revenue growth. And then their revenue growth comes in at 96%, right? They didn't get expectations. So that would probably be a very bearish sign in the sense that, they're looking for those expectations. They didn't happen. So that's a bearish thing to see. Now, the thing is even though it missed expectations, you can look at it over the bigger picture. You could say, well, even though it missed expectations of 100% growth year over year, it still had 96% growth year over year, which is still pretty damn good when you think about it. Now, that might be bearish for the short term because it missed the expectations, but, earnings are very weird. They're very subjective. It really just depends on how the market takes those earnings. And you could have great earnings all across the board, kind of like what we saw with Dell, right? It looks like from what I saw, everything was pretty good. They beat expectations. They had good guidance. They had this, they had that. The EPS was okay. So overall, it's like, what happened here? They just had that one thing with the AI that investors didn't like. Same thing with Tesla. Tesla might report okay numbers and do this, do that, do this, do that. But then they say that their margins are going down. And then investors don't like that one simple fact, right? So there's a lot with earnings that can go into it. And I try not to even pay too much attention to the earnings personally. I just like to look at the numbers, is the company growing? Are they growing at a good pace still? Is the pace lessening or is it getting better? Which one? There's a lot that can be said there. Now, as far as trying to analyze the earnings before they happen, don't even try it. I wouldn't even try it, Mando. That's pretty rough, you know. At that point, you're just guessing, you know. You're just guessing like, oh, hey, well, I think that they're going to beat revenue because of this or because of that. Or I think they might miss EPS because of this. Or I think their margins are going to go down because they're cutting prices or etc. You know, you could have a lot of different reasons, but just be careful with that type of stuff. Don't play them. You know, it's not smart to. Yeah, it's a big gamble. All right, Tangi asked about dividend stocks. You know, I don't really like a lot of dividend stocks. My favorite one is KHC, but I can't even, you know, I'd trade this more than I invest in it like a true dividend stock. So I don't know. It's hard for me to say right now because I'm not really into too many dividend stocks. Normally, I like dividend stocks a little bit more, but lately they've been so high that like I haven't really had to, you know, a good chance to buy in right now or anything like that. KO is one that I've historically liked quite a bit. It's just the chart the past couple years hasn't been very good. Personally, I think it's better to stick with more consistent stocks out there. Like, let's just say like Apple or something like that, or, you know, etc. But there are good dividend stocks, don't get me wrong. Let me pull up my list. I actually have a list that I keep about them. Let me see if I... Now, I haven't looked at it in a while, so don't make fun of me for this list. But all right. Yeah, look, Leggett and Platts on there. Dow Chemical is one that I've liked quite a bit over the years. DOW. I have liked this one. I think that could be a pretty good one. ABBV isn't bad either. AbbVie. I used to like AOS quite a bit too. AO Smith. Not bad there. Some of these are kind of like iffy now, like, you know, AT&T. Or like X, like US Steel is like not even... They're getting bought out by Nippon Steel from Japan. What was VFC? I don't remember that one. VFC, what a weird stock. I don't even remember this one or why it's on here. Wow, Kellogg's though. Now that's a stock I could get behind a little bit more. Decent on dividends, you know, very flat. My thing is with dividends is I just don't understand. You know, I guess, I don't know. I think people get stuck on dividends a little bit too much. You know, like who cares about dividends, like, whenever you're making, you know, 210% on DraftKings, you know, or Nvidia or something, right? It's like, who cares about my 4% dividend? But, nice. Tangi has AbbVie, AOS. Nice, nice. No way, you still have some of X? That's funny. Yeah, what is VFC? That's a weird one. VF Corp. What do they do? VF Corp is an American global apparel and footwear company. What the? Man, that's weird. I don't even know why that's on my... You know what I'm thinking? Hang on. Let me go back to VFC real quick. Yeah, I can't tell you. That's... I'm going to go to FinViz and look at their dividend real quick. Okay, so it's 2.6%. Not the best. Man, that's weird. I was going to say, maybe there was a ticker change or something on a stock, but... I've had this list though, guys, keep in mind, for like 6 years or something, so don't, you know, like I said, don't make fun of me for some of them when I started. Yeah, I'm definitely passing on the VFC as well. I'm with you there. Demir said Costco's selling off. COST. Oof, it really is too. Big red candles down to $7.88. That kind of sucks. What's everybody drinking on this morning? I've got one of my favorite energy drinks out there. If you guys can guess my energy drink, I'll send you $10 on PayPal or something. Oh, god damn it. Mason wasn't allowed to guess because he has my Snapchat. Mason should have known better. Mason already got it on like the very first one, guys. It's the amp, the Mountain Dew amp. Oh yeah, Mason. Where's my $500 for beating you at golf, man? I forgot. I guess you only have to give me $490 now. That's perfect. I'm glad you won, Mason. Now I don't have to pay anything. That works so good. Double or nothing, yeah. I'll tell you what, Costco is selling off pretty good here, Demir. Nvidia is slow and choppy. AMD's trying to come back. Strawberry milkshake Armando has this morning. Nice. Cherry limeade, ghost, rain, storm. Those are some pretty good guesses. What are you guys having though? I like the Red Bull guesses. That was probably the best one. But I made sure I had a... I don't think anyone would have gotten it if Mason didn't know. Because amp is a pretty unpopular one. If you guys haven't ever seen it, this is what it is. Made by Mountain Dew. It's pretty good. For some reason, it turns my, I don't want to... I'm just giving you guys a fair warning here. If you drink that, it could turn your pee like a bright yellow. So just be aware of that. Like, it'll turn it into like a... like the color of the can. Like this color. That yellow color there. It's pretty wild. Like, it's like neon colored. It's so weird. Sponsorship. I would 100% take a amp sponsorship. That would be pretty dope. Or NOS would be cool. Or Red Bull would be probably the best, but... I'll tell you what, if they want to, man, they could, I'll sponsor them. I'll wrap my Corvette in, amp livery. Mountain Dew and amp livery. I'll make it look like a race car. That would be pretty sick. Low key. Maybe I'll email them. It's like, imagine being the guy that works for Mountain Dew. And like you get an email and and they you're like, yeah, I'm with StockedUp and we We'd like to sponsor AMP. I'd like you to pay for my rap. Imagine them reading that. They're like, they want us to pay for like the $6,000 rap. Are you wild? It's probably like 10 grand rap. It's silly. Get stocked up and amped up. I like it, Christian. Maybe they'll make the payments on the car too. Now that's a pipe dream, Jason, right there. Mando's good with coffee. Nice. Alex has Ghost. Nice one. Nice one. FSLR support. Let's see. Called. Oof. It actually just broke under support, which was right around 270. So I had a pretty good breakdown looking at the daily chart. Yeah, not looking too good there either. Definitely starting to consolidate a little bit. I would say the price action is super mixed today, and it would be a no play for me. The next major support here on the chart coming up is down around 253, but I don't know that I could hold it that long, you know? There's probably going to be some bounces between. I guess there's some support around 263 as well. Not too bad. Neo, Sean said. NIO. There we go. Coming back. It'd be sick to see Neo really come back. They're trying, though. They're trying. They're trying.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream something.
The market is down. Uh-oh. Yeah, SPY's still selling off here. It might make new lows of the week. We had a pretty good comeback in the market open today, and I thought we were going to maybe see a little recovery here today, but looks like that is not the case. Excuse me, guys. Had to grab a quick drink. I almost spilled it. Would this be a good time to get into UVXY or SQQQ? Jason said. I would say yes, but it really comes down to how it reacts off this support here. You know, if you see the market react off this support and start bouncing back up, then obviously it's not the time, you know? So you're asking me, like, literally while the market's at support, so it made it a bit of a tougher question than normal, but once this support gives out, I think it's good to go. Good to go. And looking at UVXY, like, realistically, it's just kind of stuck in this chop zone. I mean, I would say it's okay. I say it's okay, but it depends on how long you're willing to hold it. I would say give it time. You know, like, I would go out a month on the expiration or something so you can hold it for a couple days at least. You know, we're talking about a Friday. If you're looking to day trade it, then I would definitely make the support break first. GME and Palantir are both at 2182. That's pretty weird. That means they're the same stock. Penn Gaming's been pretty hot today. It's still running here now that the market's open. Scruffy just asked about it. A lot of people are talking about it in the chat. That's pretty fire to see. Let me see here. Looking at the daily. Let me throw some of these supports here on the chart. Looking for a nice midpoint here. A lot of wicks touching everywhere. That sounds sus. GME and Palantir. Ryan says, which is the better company? I hope you're not serious, Ryan. You're gonna make me pull Greta out here on you.
How dare you?
How dare you compare Palantir to GameStop? Small Town said anything in Hood, H-O-O-D. Let me go back to Penn real quick. Getting these supports for somebody really quick. Posting it up for him. Serb said SM bot identified Dell 150 puts yesterday. I adjusted the EX date to next. Oh shit, I'm being dumb. To next week, and Walla cash out at 175%. Wow. Nice, Serve. That's badass. Let's go. Using the SM bot to its full potential today. I love it. When you said you adjusted the EX date, I was like, how did you adjust the dividend date? Like, how's that possible? I was like, what happened? Now I get what you mean, though. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Serve. Thanks for the super as well. That's badass. You've been awesome, Serve. Really glad to have you as a part of the community, of course. Not just for the supers, but because of all of the awesome posts that you make and how you help everybody out and get them all pumped up. It's pretty awesome. Sean said MU getting woodsheddy. Let's go see MU or Micron. Wow, it really is too. 122.63. Sheesh. That sucks. Poor Micron. It is getting woodshedded pretty hard. But I'll say this, it's good for the big money play with their 100 strike puts. That's pretty cool. That's really good to see. Yeah, I figured it out eventually, Serve. That's awesome, though. Pays for my Disney vacation in August for my daughter's birthday. I love that, sir. That's sick. Ryan said, is Disney really worth it these days? Packed with weirdos with no kids? I know exactly what you're saying, Ryan. I went there for the first time. I've only been there one time ever, and I went like a couple years ago with my girlfriend, and she really likes Disney, and I was like a little weirded out walking around there. I was like, what the? You're right. I'm actually surprised there like wasn't more kids and stuff going on. A little strange. It was a little strange. I feel you there, though, Serve. Yeah, I go, too. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I definitely would be going. My daughter's only 6 months old, but we're going to be going to Disney quite a bit. So, looks like I'll have to deal with the weirdos. How about this? They just keep them hands to themselves and we'll all be good. Jamie says, I live 30 minutes for Disney, not for me anymore. Oh, you don't like it anymore either, Jamie? My only problem with it is how crowded it is. I don't really mind anything besides the crowdedness. Personally. I'm gonna buy that super pass the next time I go. I don't even give a shit how much it costs. I'm not waiting in line for 4 hours anymore. I refuse. I remember I tried to get one last time and they said it was only for people with like disabilities. I've never been so tempted to fake a disability in my whole life. Besides that day. Yeah, I love the Flash Pass. You know what's pretty cool? In St. Louis, they actually have they have a Six Flags right next to where I live. It's like 30 minutes from me. Hey, Disney's not too bad, though. Look at that move. It's actually moving pretty good. Speaking of Six Flags, I haven't looked at their stock in forever. I know it hasn't been the best. Yeah, still not the best either. Oh, that's cool, Mason. I didn't know they had Six Flags up in Chicago. Or around it. Wow, look at 6. That's crazy. All right, let's get back to that SPY and some of those bigger tech stocks on the day. SPY's like literally trying to break its low of day here as we speak. Nvidia is definitely trying to help. All right, let's see if we can get a poll going today. Let's get a poll. The poll will be for next week. All right. What do you think? Will Nvidia be red Or no, Nvidia will be green next week. Vote it up. I doubt it's going to end exactly on break even, so we'll see which one it is. Yeah, I'm with you there, Purpose. I have a bad back. I wonder if I could get... if that counts. I don't know. But I asked, and then the lady was real mean to me. She was like, you have to be disabled for this. And I was like, it says like Flash Pass or something. I'm like, it doesn't seem like something you'd have to have a problem for. Some people I know would argue I am disabled. So it just, you know, I guess it depends who you ask. Let's go see the NASDAQ selling off 447 on the day. It's pretty low under its low of day today, I'll tell you that. It'd be sick to see the SPY get a lot lower. It's trying to bounce around 520.65. Watching that 5-minute chart. It's like right down into that chop zone I drew out on last night's video. Getting a lot of chop around here. Demir said Surge Bot wins this day. Hell yeah. Amazon's fire, isn't it? I didn't want to say it too much because it was a premium play, but it's already played out now at this point. Doing very, very well. That was a massive sell-off on this one. That's awesome. Surgy Surge. Gotta love it. I'm looking at almost 500% change if people played the 175 strike put. For real, Demir, it's pretty good. But you might be looking at the weekly, right? You have to go to next week's expiration, right? Yeah, you're doing 0 DTE. Okay. That's what I figured. I was going to say, SurgeBot called out the one for next week. But you're right. That probably would be there. Hey, Gull, I have paid for a full membership. Do I receive the upgrades and new programs? You do, Galt. I mean, everything, of course, is included as far as updates and everything like that goes. So, yes, sir, Galt, you definitely do. All the SurgeBot updates, anything like that. Of course, you don't get the long-term stuff that we talked about earlier. That's a separate subscription. If you're looking for that, that's a separate one. If you're looking for the long-term stocks like with Hunter. And if you are looking at those, check out this link. But, yep, you get everything. How is SMCI looking? Let's see. I'm down on SMCI. I got in way too early at 818. Wow. 818. That's pretty high up there. I mean, you still haven't stopped out yet? Damn, Adventure. If you're doing options or something, man, I would say it probably got to the point where it should have been stopped out, but... Yeah, SMCI has been pretty rough. Look at that daily chart on SMCI. It hasn't been getting any good movement. I bought shares only. Nice. That's good. That's good. Good thing it wasn't options, because that was a pretty rough move. I thought you meant you were like day trading it right there. My fault. Didn't PCE come in at expectations? Yeah, it did, Ryan. Right around expectations. The market popped off because of that this morning pretty good, but keep in mind that just because it moved up in the morning doesn't mean that that has to be sustainable all day. Pretty bad move, though, overall, I'd say. Good, though, if you're trading things down, like the Amazon Surge Bot play. That was so fire. What a move. What a move by that. Tom, is that Spotify playlist? No. I'm looking at Palantir on this little trend it's had in the past couple days, and it really gave out pretty good there. That was like a perfect trend break. Yeah, my music's pretty wild. My music wouldn't even be like allowed on the stream with how bad some of the words get. Mike's already spanked me a couple times for that, so. It is, Demir, it is. The MU BMP is popping. Yeah, it really is. That MU move was nuts today. Some of the chip stocks, the way they sold off was just insane here. I really want to hop into coin, Taylor said. C-O-I-N. Good old Coinbase here. Like a 224 support's not bad. Not too bad. Yeah, Dan, you got to get in the Discord. We have SurgeBot, which is in there, which is for the premium members. Check out this link I'm sending you, Dan. SurgeBot's like the day trades and everything like that that we call out, so you can find those there. Not sure if you did this already, but Hood Bookmap. Let's see. H-O-O-D. Hood Bookmap. Let's see. A Hood Bookmap. Tom, do you have Helldivers? Or hop on Helldivers. We're trying to destroy a planet. The terraformed into a super colony. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys, some bullshit going on in the background. 100% on WBA calls from yesterday and growing, Sean said. 100% on WBA calls. That's pretty good. $20 support on Hood, which is pretty good. I'm on my phone. It's hard to see. Between the red between the blue and yellow is that 2090. Well, 20's down at the bottom here is the main red line. And then 2050 is right here. And then there's a little bit like coming in and out around 2090. On the left, 21 used to be a pretty big spot. We can see, like, in the moment, there's a couple, like, coming in and out right here at 2090. But overall, 20 is pretty big, I'd say. Pretty good looking. Let me go to the hood chart. Sorry if it was asked today or recently, but what's the support on QQQ like? Let's see. I bought premium with my credit card and paid it all back with the first 3 big money trades. Been cashing for the most part ever since. Nice, serve. Yeah, it's just staying ahead of the game now. Just keeping your stuff in check, not giving anything back there. Great job, though, Sean. Great job. Man, SPY and QQQ just slowly but surely looking terrible. Most people use credit to plunge into a never-ending cycle of slavery. I use it to my advantage. Hey, that's smart. Anyone else buying BTC? I'm not, but I wonder if anyone else is. Vote up in the poll, guys. 31 total votes. We got almost 30 likes as well. I can't believe it. That's pretty good. 55% are saying yes, NVIDIA will be red next week. 45% said no, NVIDIA will be green next week. So very close on the poll. Vote it up. Will NVIDIA be red or will it be green? I'm curious. Yeah, Penn was awesome this morning. Wow. It really kept it up, too. 16% on the day. And the craziest part is when you go to the daily chart, it's almost like it barely moved. In reality, it's true. It, like, barely moved. That's pretty weird. Hey, nice. Tangy-Man scalp DraftKings. That's good. DraftKings broke a pretty good trend line on the daily, and it's been looking pretty rough under there, to say the least. To say the least. That was such an easy trade. Small Town Pyro. I love that name, by the way. Today's the last day of the month. Will this month be the month and bears come out of hibernation? Until next time on Stocked Up. Demure, whenever I end the stream, I'll try to... When I end the stream, I'll try to do that. That's pretty funny. I like that. Comes when things are good and hides when they aren't. What? Sponsored by AMP. Man, Spy's still sticking at the low of day. I can't believe it. Did I see the Howard Stern movie? I believe I actually did, Jason, like a long time ago. What is that called? I do remember seeing a movie about that guy or something, though. Oh, he was practicing his call sign. I see. A&D getting slaughtered still. Good lord, MU. Yeah, you guys are loving the chip stocks today, I can tell. Before we end today, here's our numbers. Remember the day in the chat. And that is Serve with the 175% gain. Serve definitely gets it today. I'll give it to him. Serve has been so badass since joining up. All right, everything's starting to get a little bit low. We're starting to see a base form on many different stocks all at the same time. So I'm curious who's going to try to buy this dip up here. I know there's a lot of dip buyers in the chat. And I don't know who out there has been trying to already buy the dip. I'm sure a lot of people have already been firing these dips off. I bet it open a lot of people fired these couple Nvidia dips and got fucked. But I'm guessing this one seems to be a bit better on the price action side. This looks like there's actually a good bottom and base starting to form across a lot of different stocks all at the same time. At open, there was a lot of chop, and I think a lot of people probably got screwed over there, but now I think it's looking a lot better for a possible recovery. Christian said, I'm already in the Nvidia dip. Nice. Hopefully you got in on this bottom one. Is a good time to buy the dip for next week, Demir said. It might be. Let's look at that situation on SPY. Like, let's see what we're contending with here for next week. SPY has been following a pretty good trend down. I mean, it's not perfect. Even channeling a bit, it looks like. Oh yeah, look at that. We're right on the chop zone right now. I'm gonna take my drawings off for a minute. My eyes, I can see clear. I always feel so bad for having so many lines on the chart, but like, whenever you get asked 50 times a day what level SPY is at, or like what the resistance is, you know, it's helpful to have them there. Yeah, just an Amazon update, it looks like. Smart job by the Surgy Surge there. I would have tried for a 5,000% gainer, Mason said. Go look at the QQQ. Starting to form a good base as well. Let's go back to NVIDIA real quick. As NVIDIA recovers, there's a couple resistances it might try to contend with here. Looking at the hourly chart. Don't see too much there, of course. NVIDIA's been so good to us lately. It just makes sense to have a little pullback come in. I would not be too surprised to see it go lower. But I'm glad it's recovering up intraday today, providing some opportunities out there for you guys. Wonder how high it'll get today. There's a pretty good target, I'd say, overhead, right around the $1,108 mark. Right where that double bottom intraday was before it broke under. Like right up here if you're gonna try to play it up. Yes, there is, Jason. I'm hungry. Make me an omelet. I heard you were a great cook. I can actually cook a mean egg. You guys would love the eggs that I cook. I'm serious. Whether it's scrambled or over easy or anything, you guys would love the eggs that I whip up. I'll make you one, Demir, and I'll mail it to your house. I'll overnight it on FedEx for you. Is there a free bookmap YouTube channel for NVIDIA? Yes, there is. There's a couple free bookmap channels out there that just constantly stream these stocks all day long. It's pretty useful. Honestly, bookmap needs to stop that. If bookmap wants people to pay for it, they'll stop it. If they were smart, they would start copywriting those things. Unless they want it to happen just for exposure, but... they'll probably leave it free for a while just to get exposure, and then once they get big enough, they'll take it down. You know? That's how it'll go. With fluffy pancakes. That's one thing I don't make very good is pancakes. Let's see, Costco. I want to go read their earnings real quick. Somebody just asked me about it in the chat. Yep, that's earnings for you. That's earnings for you. Yeah, Demir, I'm with you. Is there a stock based on egg economy? That'd be kind of funny if there was like a ticker symbol called egg. All right, look at the SPY. It's actually like at the bottom of this channel right now. How much do you trust the channel? That's the question. I got it right. Is there a stock based on the eggs? Let's see EEGG. EGG. Let's see. Egg. I'm surprised that there's no ticker symbol called egg on the US market. We should actually make an egg ETF. We should come up with an egg prices ETF and get that thing on the market. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know how you'd track it, or how you'd get that done, but that would be pretty funny. I'm surprised Is there any egg futures or anything? I've never looked into that. MSTR MicroStrategy. Good for calls, Allure said. Personally, I'm not looking at it for calls right now. I think I'm leaning more towards puts. The way that it fell down this morning and the way that it confirmed right there off of that resistance is perfect. I would actually look at a continued move lower here, but it looks like a pretty weird setup on the daily. Maybe like watch for a retest of this lower range around like 1450, somewhere around there. I was at a local independent family farm yesterday. The biggest eggs were $7.99 for 12. Damn. By the way, you guys, I'm trying to lose weight and none of this food talk is helping. Sorry, Tangy. How about we talk about McDonald's and Five Guys today? Speaking of McDonald's, whoa, their stock is looking pretty good today. The intraday price action is looking pretty good compared to a lot of companies out there on McDonald's. That's pretty funny. Give me just 1 second. Grabbing a quick drink. Gosh, the throat's dry today. You guys are getting me hungry now. Ooh, the NASDAQ just made a new low of the day. What about the SPY? The SPY's still holding on that channel, guys. Look at that. Look at the channel. It's holding right on the bottom end of it. Is this where the dip buy happens? Do you guys trust the channel? That's the question. That's the big question today. The risk reward's not bad. But, I don't know. I want to see more bullishness out of the market. Dan will mail the eggs. Okay. It'll be like factor meals. That's funny. Let me know what stocks you guys are looking at for the end of the week here. Is anybody looking at anything crazy here for the end of the week? I am curious. All the nuke stocks. Ooh, CCJ. UEC. Dan got into UPS. Nice, Dan. UPS is looking pretty good again today. I didn't like the move it open, but it's looking a lot better now. You go out to that daily chart. Looking pretty fire here off the bottom. The last time it hit the support, it rocketed up pretty good. I'm not saying it's going to get back up to there, but maybe target like 138.50. Something like that would be pretty good today. You think S-Bucks can fill the gap? I hate to say it, Sean. I kind of don't think it's going to fill it here. Not at the moment. I think it'll chop around a little bit more down here around these lows, Sean. Kind of like what it did here. I'm looking at like this. What went on during this time. A lot of chop. Obviously, it doesn't have to play out like that, but I would expect a little bit more chop before we just go rocketing back. I could be wrong, but either way, I think S-Bucks is good to just buy shares in and just continue to hold for the long term. Hunter actually had a really nice article about Starbucks. If you guys are in the DVC and you're into the longer term stuff, maybe ask Hunter to repost it up in the general chat of the Deep Value Club. Dan says Amazon. You know what you're gonna get, Demir?
How dare you?
Demir, this is for you here.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Wow, I didn't realize it was gonna do it like that, Demir. my bad. I thought it just said I award you no points. Holy shit, that was a lot longer than I thought. I like it though, Demir. Demir's always in here having some good fun. I like it. Called for a Purpose says, that is mean though. You gotta see the movie Called for a Purpose. I'm sure you have, but... NFLX getting the shed now. Ooh. Not the woodshed. Wow, it really is getting the woodshed too after having such a good week. Netflix is one of the better stocks earlier in the week, and man, today that sell-off is nasty. Wow. The way it started really breaking down here after all those doji candles is pretty rough. Sometimes those setups can be pretty fun. Good drops, though, by Netflix. That's pretty awesome. I want to go over to the SM bot really quick and eye up some moves here on the body bot. See what we got. There's a lot going on. We got Tesla on the put side. I'm not surprised, especially with the way the market is today. I would love to see Tesla get up and retest that trend. For now, it's just chopping here. It's in the chop zone, that's for sure. This is a major chop zone. You guys ever watch that guy on YouTube and stuff? His name's like Coyote Wilderness or something. And he's always like, my name's Coyote and we're going into the bite zone or something. Something like that. The guy like lets the insects bite him. He's a maniac. Yeah. Demir and Mason know him. That guy's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. He's like the modern day like Steve Irwin. There's also the guy that deals with alligators. I think his name's like Gator Chris or something like that. I like watching him quite a bit too. Those are sick. I can't wait for my daughter to get older and I'll start having her watch that guy's shows. Whoa. Hey, guys, check out Moderna. The FDA approves Moderna's RSV vaccine for seniors. Whoa, is mRNA getting some movement? It is, but it's the wrong way. Oh, shit. I thought that'd be some good news for him. I guess not. What about Pfizer? I'm surprised, yeah. His name is Darwin. His name's Darwin. Oh, Dan. I don't think a lot of people are going to get what you mean by that, Dan. You guys ever watch the Darwin Awards with Brandon Herrera? I'm sure Demir knows what I'm talking about. And Xbox knows, too. Those Darwin Awards are pretty funny. You don't want to win a Darwin Award on his show, I'll tell you. AAPL puts on the bot. Disney calls? No way. Marvel puts coming off of their earnings. Yeah, pretty brutal there. 11% to the downside. GPS. The Gap. They had earnings too. They're exploding. Baba puts are on the SM bot. Uh-oh. Man, Baba had another bad day today. 2.94% to the downside. China stocks can get pretty wild, can't they? It's now under pretty crucial support that it was at in the short term. Could still see bounces around like the 76.50 area, 77. Pretty wild on the China stocks, though. You know what they say, guys. What goes up must come down. That's true for most stocks besides Nvidia, but yeah, just realize, you know, pullbacks will happen on the way up for these China stocks. Like, this overall move up is still great. Like, if we go to JD and we go to the recent low and we go to where it is now, it's still up 41%. At the highs, it was at like 71% in just a few months. So, like 6 months, something like that. Demir said, what about Paul Harrell? Let me search that guy up. Okay, I know Paul. That guy's pretty funny, too. Paul's pretty good. I don't know what it is about the Paul guy, but he kind of, I don't know, he scares me a bit. I know exactly who you mean, though. AMD puts coming in from the SM bot, is it? Wow, yeah, it just popped back on there on this most recent update. Oh, it's been on the last couple, I guess. Yeah, good breakdown under support now. 163 really gave out. Looking pretty good on AMD. Man, you gotta love that. That's a true breakdown there. Oh, I get you, Demir. I'll have to check him out a little bit more. Maybe that'll be my next guy I like to watch. Yeah, I did hear he had a problem, Demir. I think he got cancer, or I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's kind of sad. I think I watched the video where he, like, disclosed having a problem or something. Yeah, that's too bad. Gotta hate that type of stuff. Oh, wow, he's on hospice? Wow, I did not realize that, man. Wild. One of the legends out there gonna go down. That sucks. Let me see AMD. Someone's looking at the book map on AMD here in the Discord. Trump's gonna have a news conference.
And they don't know me, essentially. They don't know me. They're legal scholars and experts. But I look at them. I watched Turley this morning saying, there's no crime here. Everybody's...
All right. That was interesting. I was just curious if he was actually live or not. Let's see. DJT stock. Down 5%. Okay. Pretty massive sell-off at open after roaring back in pre-market. Pretty crazy. There used to be a guy, Demir, back in the day on Iraq Veteran 8888. He used to have a guy on there that also passed away. I can't remember what his name was, but that guy was awesome for explaining stuff. Can't remember that guy's name, but he was awesome. Go back to the SPY. Still at the bottom of the channel, just tracing the channel lower today. It hasn't gotten a breakdown under there yet. Yeah, look up some old videos of his, Demir. You'll see like an old guy in there. Yeah, it was kind of... That was a sad situation too. He used to be like one of the top guys with IV88. He was like the guy. Ford coming up pretty well today. Let's see, General Motors. You guys will never get this. On my way home from the gym last night, I ran over a damn raccoon. A coon. Seriously, came out of nowhere. I was driving and it darted in front of me, and then the stupidest thing was it started running directly away from my car. So, like, when I ran it over, I, like, hit it in the ass, if that makes sense. No, it was my Focus. I was lucky. I was lucky, Mason. It would have been bad if it was the Vet. But I literally just had that whole front end replaced on that car. And now I'm going to have to maybe look at it real close here and see what's all wrong with it. There was a little bit of spider webbing on the paint, but other than that, it didn't seem too bad, luckily. Yeah, I feel you there, Demir. What's up, Dan? I'll be real with you, though. I was pretty pissed in the moment. I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Man. I hate to say it, but, like, why are, like, some wild animals just so dumb, man? Like, I can't, like, get my mind around it. It's like if you see a wolf coming, what do? You run right in front of it? It's like, no. But let's run right in front of the loud lights that are coming at us. Yeah, let's do that. It's like, oh, yeah, real smart. And I know they're animals, but, like, wouldn't you think that they'd have the instinct to go the other way? It's like, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. It makes no sense. Demir says we're just smarter than them. I guess. Some animals are smarter than others, though, you know, like... Instinct and impulses are not a factor in cognition. Natural selection. Yeah. I feel you. I just can't believe it. See, it always makes me mad because, like, as a kid, see, like, I always used to try to, like, run and, like catch the squirrels in the yard, right? And, like, the squirrels would just run right away. Like, it was so obvious to them. The second I'd come outside, bam, in the tree, you know? But no, if there's a bright car that's loud coming at them, nope, run right at it, you know? It's like, it's like, there you go. QQQ selling off in a big way here. Down below 445 today. Pretty rough. QQQ. The market's been so bad today. There goes Spy under the channel a bit. Give or take a little bit on that channel, but so far, looking pretty nasty down under there. Let's see what happens here with the spies. That channel broke. I would not be too surprised if this was like a fake out here today and it just comes roaring right back. But I'm definitely going to be eyeing it up carefully for a continued drop. Lost opportunity already. It happened on that Black Swan event. I get you there, Demir. I'd be mad too. I really appreciate everybody joining up for this Friday. It's been a pretty fun stream overall. We had a good move with the bot. We've been seeing some insane movement going on here today, so that's pretty wild. There we go. SPY continuing the sell-off. Damn, not looking good here below that channel. Look at that. All right, guys, we're probably going to end the stream here. Like I said, thank you guys for joining up today. It's been a fun one. I think we had a pretty good week here in the market. I know it was a slow week. You know, we had Monday off and everything, but next week will be a nice full one for us once again. When is our next day off? I got to look. Is it for the 4th of July? Oh, it's Juneteenth. Wednesday, June 19th. So that'll be a big one. And then Independence Day on July 4th. So see you later, guys. Have a great one. Of course, I hope I see you guys in the Discord. Don't forget about the earnings for next week either. We got Docu, Neo, Lulu, CrowdStrike. A lot of them set to report, so let's have a good one, guys. Have a great one. I'll see you later. See you in the Discord today. Keep on watching the SPY. It came back up to retest that channel. Watch yourselves for the fake out. I would not be too surprised if it tried to do one here today. It's already down quite a bit, but see you later, guys. Have a great weekend.